Happy Monday, folks. Even though we lost, hopefully you guys have a great Monday in the rest of the week. In this video, we're going to do it a little bit less graphics. We're just going to talk for a little bit. We're not really going to focus too much on the loss here. I want to talk about what's going to be going on for what I'm going to be focusing on, what the Lions can do to get better this offseason. We're going straight into the offseason mode now. Free agency and the NFL draft. That's what we're going to be talking on here. News and rumors. It is 24/7. The season's over, but it doesn't end on this channel. If you want to hear me talk about the game itself that took place last night, I did a video on Lions Nation Night. Go ahead and check it out. I talk a little bit about that, but I just want to kind of refocus towards more positive aspects and getting the team better. I think that's really important. And then talk about the season as a whole a little bit. So first, here, it sucked. We lost last night. Terrible loss. I'm disappointed. You're all disappointed. This is a hangover Monday. But this has been a great season. It's been a phenomenal season. And regardless of what happened yesterday, the totality of this year has been phenomenal. You got a general manager in Brad Holmes who is executive of the year, GM of the year. He has learned and built this team through the draft. He knows what he's doing. You have a head coach in Dan Campbell who is aggressive, and he wins. Yeah, we didn't win last night, but it is a Lions coach, NFC Championship game. First year as Dan Campbell, 3 wins, 9 wins. Then we got 14 wins this year, 2 in the playoffs, 12 wins in the regular season. Phenomenal. Now, the problem here is the coordinators, and we may actually be we're probably losing Ben Johnson. I'm sure we'll know within 48 hours, right? If he becomes the head coach of the Washington Commanders. There's 2 head coaching vacancies available. Obviously, we got two coordinators, one offense, one defense. Aaron Glenn as well as have some interviews lined up. The odds are is we're going to lose Ben Johnson for sure. And we may lose Aaron Glenn. If we lose Ben Johnson, who's going to replace him for OC? Same with DC. Who's going to replace if they go? So that's a big question mark. That's going to be happening this week. So expect a video to be breaking whenever one of these guys gets a head coaching job. And then we're going to do replacements videos. So just FYI there for both of them, if both are gone. If one leaves, we'll just do one, obviously. So we'll get into that when that happens here. The schedule release is going to happen too at some point. Obviously, this offseason, the NFL draft, mock drafts, and Mel Kiper Jr.'s mock drafts. We'll go over drafts, all that stuff. So we need to get better in the secondary. This is imperative in free agency and the draft. It's time to completely revamp the cornerback position. Not the safety, the cornerback, CB. There's going to be are we going to re-sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson? That's going to be a question mark. We'll see. That's probably the biggest question mark for the safety position. Other than that, it's got to be corners, right? We got to focus on getting better. I like what Vildor did for the Lions this year, but we got to get better. I like what Cam Sutton did. Actually, I don't like what he really did this year, but he's put in a bad position. We need to get better there. Jerry Jacobs probably not coming back. Will Harris is not probably coming back. There's going to be a lot of change in the secondary for the Detroit Lions, and that needs to be the main focus here, is getting a number 1 cornerback. Folks, we have to get a number 1 cornerback. We got to get a number 1 guy. If not, we're in the world of hurt. We'll go over a list, the NFL draft and free agencies for the Detroit Lions to get better at the cornerback position. But right now, today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. I love me some Prize Picks. PrizePicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. They'll match your deposit match up to $100. And if you want to spice up your NFL Sunday, get started with Prize Picks right now. Prize Picks is a skill-based, real money daily fantasy sports game. And if you're looking to have more fun on game day, look no further than Prize Picks. Want to play alongside some of Prize Picks' favorite players like rapper Meek Mill and comedian Andrew Schultz? You can now find community plays in the promos tab of the app to view entries some of the biggest names in the Prize Picks community each week. Prize Picks even offers a reboot policy so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For football and basketball games, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second half, that player is rebooted. Prize Picks is the only daily fantasy sports platform with an injury insurance policy. For the game I would say for tonight, for the NHL game here, I got Drake Batherson getting more than 5 points per game, and Josh Norris getting more than 5 points per this game. So get started with Prize Picks right now. PrizePicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS for a deposit match up to $100. Why is it code CLNS? Because that's our ad agency partner. Use code CLNS. It's real easy. 4 letters, get $100. Match me and sign up. So download the app today. The link will be in the description and comment section of this video. It's PrizePicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. So get better at the cornerback position. That's one. Edge, that's another one. And guard, that's another one. So in the comment section right now, what is the number one focus for you this offseason? Getting better at cornerback, edge, or guard? Let me know in the comments below. Again, we're doing a easy video, not a lot of graphics, just talking through it. We talked about how we got to get the cornerback position. We need to get somebody opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. Very, very important to get somebody opposite of Aiden Hutchinson to get that pressure. He can only do so much. You got to have other help here. And the Lions can do this in both free agency and the draft. Romeo Okwara and Charles Harris are not going to be on this team. This is their last years here. So fully expect them to completely revamp the edge position. We don't even know if James Houston will be back, right? So there's a lot of question mark at getting after the quarterback. The Lions need to address that both in the draft and free agency. Guard, Jonah Jackson's probably not coming back to the Detroit Lions. You got Graham Glasgow, who's a free agent. The Detroit Lions got to draft a guard. I'm not saying it has to be a first or the second round, but probably third round for sure, maybe even second round, right? Like, we're going to have a late second round pick, a late first round pick. I think you got to go BPA. So, look, if it's the best guard, I guess do it. I mean, I'd prefer to get a corner, but I trust Brad Holmes that he's going to fix these positions. The guard position, cornerback, and the edge position. He's going to fix it. No doubt. Emmanuel Mosley, no reason to bring him back, in all honesty. I don't see any reason to. Just go ahead and let him go somewhere else. We need to not get injured players because losing him this year was a killer. We're hoping to have him, and he played 2 snaps. And when you're going for a championship, you got to be better than that. So, much better than 2 snaps. It's not his fault. You know, he tore the ACL. It's unfortunate for him. But the Lions got to be smarter in getting players that can stay healthy throughout a season. That's why they got rid of Swift, is because he just couldn't stay healthy and he was hitting the wrong holes. So the reasons. But we're a physical team. We play through pain. You got guys like Frank Ragnow, Amon-Ra St. Brown. They play through pain. That's what we need. And there's going to be a question mark about Frank Ragnow. And there was rumblings that he could retire. If that's the case, the Lions are in a world of hurt. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he comes back. We need Frank to tank. That's another thing we got to watch for. So get a better edge, get better at corner, get better at guard. We got to talk about re-signing Jared Goff. That's going to happen. He's going to get re-signed. Hell of a season for Jared Goff. So we'll get him re-signed. What's the numbers going to look like? We don't know. You know, that's going to be important. What the contract's going to state to bring him back, how much money we got in free agency. That, you know, because we got some money right now. We can end up having over $68 million in free if they end up releasing Tracy Walker, and I think they're going to end up releasing him. The guy has been not doing anything, and he's got a big contract, so that can release some money. But then you put in the Jared Goff contract, so that's going to eat up. I'm sure they'll probably set it for down the road a little bit more, and it's not going to do much of effect this year, but it is something that you got to Think about with Penei Sewell's contract. St. Brown, could they pay him this offseason? They could. They should. Because his rookie contract's coming up. So there's contracts extensions we got to do for players that we want to extend. That's really important. It's not about in free agency getting every other person off the free agent heap. You get one or two selective free agents, and then you re-sign your guys who have done a good job for you, your own guys. So that's going to be a major priority for the Detroit Lions, is signing your own guys. And it may not be the biggest news when it hits in free agents, the Lions signing their own guys, but their own guys help them get them here. There's guys you're not bringing back, and then you replace those. There's going to be a lot that you can bring back and extend for long contracts if they wanted to do so, some of these guys. It sucks Khalif Raymond did not experience playoff football. He got injured, and that sucks. I wanted him to experience it. He didn't get to experience it for the Detroit Lions. So a lot to go over. Derek Barnes, you want to extend him. What's going to go on with him? You drafted Jack Campbell, but he played well this year too. So, man, oh man, Jalen Reeves-Maybin. A lot of things to go over for the Detroit Lions brass. And then we got the Senior Bowl this week, so we can look at some young talent in the Senior Bowl. I'm not going to stream the game. I'll watch the game, watch the talent that is out there for the next gen players. Straight draft. I'm diving in today, going right into it, going over film. I feel like I'm back in week 4 again, so it's complete direction shift. So I'll start getting those draft prep for you guys, so you can get the latest information, all of that about players whom we need. With that said, folks, adios.